Hi my dear students, welcome back to the 9th standard social classes. Dear student, in this class we are going to study the new lesson, the history part, that is Vijayanagara and Bahamani kingdoms. My dear student, you know very well about the Vijayanagara empire. Yes, and also you might have visited the many places or historical places in your previous days. I think you have also heard the name of the capacity of Vijayanagara Empire, that is Hampi. What is that? Hampi. My dear pupil, in those days when Vijayanagara was ruling these regions, we could find these regions were full of treasures and full of wealth, prosperity, and Vijayanagara Empire established not only to extend its territory or kingdom throughout India. Especially the Vijayanagara Empire ruled most of the parts of a southern part of India. It not only established to extend its territory or kingdom, but also to protect one of the major religions of the world, that is Hindu religion. In those days, before the arrival of Vijayanagara kingdom, before the arrival of Vijayanagara kings or kingdom, the political instability and the religious dogma, along with that, the religious instability could be seen in those days before Vijayanagara Empire came into existence. We discussed in the last class, in the chapter, the dynasties of Delhis, the small dynasties of Delhis. All these kingdoms, they gave more importance to their own religion. Only few of kings of the dynasties gave little bit of importance to the people who come from Hindu, and it was the rule those days. What was the rule? The people from Hindu religion who wanted to convert from their religion to another religion, then only they got a higher position in their kingdom. So this was the condition we could see before the arrival of Vijayanagara kings. When the Vijayanagara kingdom came into exist, in that time, not only flourished in the matters of economically, but also it helped to flourish in the matter of religious aspects, traditional aspects, political aspects, and we could also see the development in social field. So only for this purpose, Vijayanagara Empire established. Soon after this kingdom established, the community, especially many religions, especially Hindu religion, flourished more, and it got many opportunity in all the aspects, economical aspects, political aspects, religious aspects, and social aspects. All the people from Hindu, they developed more in this era, in this time. So let us discuss more about Vijayanagara kingdom and another one, that is Bahamani kingdom. My dear pupil, in this class, we are going to discuss many important aspects of the lesson, which are the establishment of Vijayanagara and Bahmani kingdoms. First one, the establishment of Vijayanagara and Bahmani kingdoms. The establishment of Vijayanagara and Bahmani kingdoms. Along with that, in this class we will also learn the other dynasties which ruled Vijayanagara and Bahmani kingdoms. The dynasties which ruled Vijayanagara and Bahmani kingdoms. These are the important aspects that we are going to learn in this class, dear student. Let us know first thing, that is the establishment of Vijayanagara kingdom and Bahmani kingdom. Along with that, we will also learn the achievements and the contributions of Sri Krishna Deva Raya to the all the aspects, to the economical aspects, religious aspects, social aspects, and cultural aspects. Along with that, how did he contribute to the art and architecture also? We will learn. And the contributions of Vijayanagara Empire to the culture, the cultural achievements of Bahmani kingdoms. So these are the things we will learn in this class. First thing is Vijayanagara kingdom. Let us see Vijayanagara kingdom. My dear students, in the previous class I think you might have heard the establishment of Vijayanagara Empire. When did Vijayanagara Empire establish? Yes, very good. In the time 1336 AD. 1336 AD. Anno Domini or CE, Common Era. See, who established this Vijayanagara Empire? Very good. Hakka and Bukka Raya. Got it? Hakka Raya and Bukka Raya. These two established this Vijayanagara Empire. Who guided Hakka and Bukka Raya to establish Vijayanagara Empire? Who guided? Yes, very good. Their teacher Vidyaranya. Vidyaranya guided Hakka and Bukka Raya to establish Vijayanagara Empire. Who is that? His guide was, yes, Vidyaranya. Their ancestor, we can also say that a teacher or priest, like that. He guided these Hakka and Bukka Raya to establish Vijayanagara Empire. The establishment of Vijayanagara Empire is one of the landmarks in Indian history. Yes, very good, dear students. Why? Because that why we consider that establishment of Vijayanagara Empire is one of the landmarks of Indian history, because we could see many developments in Vijayanagara Empire, and also most of the southern parts of India was under the control of Vijayanagara Empire, and many foreign visitors visited to Vijayanagara Empire, and they wrote very good aspects of Vijayanagara Empire. So only for this reason, and also while Vijayanagara Empire was running, we could see the economical condition was very good at that time. So that is why, yes, it made a landmark in Indian history. The South Indian dynasty. The South Indian dynasties like the Yadavas of Devagiri, the Kakatiyas of Warangal, the Pandyas of Madurai, Hoysalas of Dwarasamudra, which we call now Hanebedu, the Cholas of Tanjavur were all the victims of violent attack of Alauddin Khilji. Due to the violent attack of Alauddin Khilji, all the southern dynasties were victim to the Alauddin Khilji. So this paved a way to establish Vijayanagara Empire. We can see most of the parts of southern India was ruled by Vijayanagara Empire. See, we could see many dynasties also there. As a result, so since Alauddin Khilji attacked India, and then as a result of this, political instability, lawlessness due to improper law, existence of improper law, fear and religious turmoil provide everywhere. Religious turmoil provide everywhere in those times. Under these circumstances, under these critical position, the kingdom of Vijayanagara came into exist. We could see it in those times before the existence, before the establishment of Vijayanagara Empire, lawlessness. There was no proper law system. And religious turmoil could be seen in those times. Political instability, fear of religious turmoil. See, as a result of these, under these critical position or circumstances, the kingdom of Vijayanagara came into existence, or it took birth in that time. It ruled for 3 centuries. Vijayanagara Empire ruled for 3 centuries. See, by 15th century, it spread up to Indian Ocean. By the time of 15th century, listen my dear student, by the time of 15th century, Vijayanagara Empire had spread up to Indian Ocean in the south. Indian Ocean in the south, Bay of Bengal in the east, Bay of Bengal in the east, and Arabian Sea in the west. Arabian Sea in the west. So, in this way, Vijayanagara Empire spread up to complete part of South India by the time of 15th century. See, that is why this kingdom ruled more than yes, 3 centuries. Got it? See, as I told, Hakka and Bukka, Hakka Raya and Bukka Raya established this empire on the banks of the river Tungabhadra river. The banks of the Tungabhadra river in the year 1336 CE. In the year 1336 CE. Yes, students, who established the Vijayanagara Empire? Hakka and Bukka Raya. Very good. When was Vijayanagara Empire established? In 1336 CE. Got it? So later, Hampi became the capital of Vijayanagara Empire. Hampi became the capital city of Vijayanagara Empire. So which is the capital city of Vijayanagara Empire? Yes, Hampi, which comes in Ballari district at present. Got it? Which comes in Ballari district at present. Hampi was the capital city of Vijayanagara Empire. So it was situated on the bank of the river Tungabhadra. Got it? Yes. Then The Vijayanagara Empire or the kingdom had to face the resistance of the following kingdoms that were present during this time. Delhi Sultans, Gajapatis of Orissa and Bahamanis kingdom of North Deccan. Vijayanagara Empire initially had to face many problems like the invention of Delhi Sultans and Gajapatis of Orissa or Gajapati of Orissa and Bahamani kings of northern Deccan. So till now, these were the problems when Vijayanagara kingdom established in that time. Initiation. See, it was the initial problem. Dear student, Vijayanagara Empire was ruled by four dynasties, which are, let us see, which are the dynasties of Vijayanagara Empire. As I told you, there are four dynasties. First one, the first dynasty is nothing but, what is that? Sangama dynasty. Sangama dynasty. The second one, yes, Sangama, then Salva dynasty and Tuluva dynasty, and the fourth one is Aravidu dynasties. So these four dynasties ruled Vijayanagara Empire. First one is Sangama, Salva, Tuluva and Aravidu. These four dynasties ruled Vijayanagara Empire for more than 300 centuries. 300 years. The famous king of Sangama dynasty. Let us see the first dynasty, which is that Sangama dynasty. The famous king of Sangama dynasty. Let us see. See, the famous king of Sangama dynasty during the time of Sangama dynasty is 1336 to 1486 CE. Were Harihara first. Were there Harihara, first. The second one is Bukkaraya. And Harihara second. Last one is Praudadevaraya. Last one, Praudadevaraya. These four kings were the rulers who ruled Sangama dynasties, who ruled Vijayanagara Empire on the name of Sangama dynasty. Got it? First one, Harihara first, Bukkaraya, Harihara second, and Praudadevaraya. Got it? Harihara led the initiation. Harihara led the initiation of the kingdom. Dear students, Harihara laid the foundation for the Vijayanagara Empire and developed a capital amidst new hillocks. So, which is the capacity as we discussed? Hampi was the capacity. And he developed the capacity in the amidst or in the middle of the hillock. Got it? Since it was at the bank of the river Tungabhadra and it was amidst of the hillocks, many hillocks. So he developed the capacity very well. And the next one is Bukkaraya. See, Bukkaraya is also one of the kings who ruled under Sangama dynasty. Bukkaraya defeated the Reddis of Kondavedu and merged Penakonda area with Vijayanagara. See, what is the achievement of Bukkaraya? Let us see. Bukkaraya defeated the Reddis of Kondavedu and merged the Penakonda area with the Vijayanagara Empire. And he extended up to Penukonda. Bukka was successful in solving the religious war between the Jains and the Sri Vaishnavas. Bukkaraya successfully solved the religious war, a religious dilemma between the Jains and the Sri Vaishnavas, hereby upheld religious harmony. So by solving successfully the religious war between the Jains and the Sri Vaishnavas, he upheld the religious harmony in the kingdom. He gave equal importance to Jains, Sri Vaishnavas. So that is why he maintained their religious harmony in his ruling time. This fact is revealed by one of the inscriptions in Shravana Belagula. My dear pupil, you might have observed in Shravana Belagula that the religious harmony is presented through the many scriptures, many inscriptions in Shravana Belagula. Got it? So that is why we can say that Bukkaraya maintained religious harmony during his ruling. He constructed a fort and a few temples in the capital. Bukkaraya constructed many fort and a few temples in the capital city or Hampi and encouraged agricultural activities. Bukkaraya also increased the agricultural activities and he constructed many forts and temples in capital city and increased the agricultural activities like that. So thus he increased all the people from all the religions. Got it? Bukkaraya also sent an ambassador to the court of Chinese king. Bukkaraya sent an ambassador to the Chinese court belonging to the Ming dynasty. Dear students, when Bukkaraya sent an ambassador to the Chinese kingdom, during that time, China was ruling by Ming dynasty. So he sent an ambassador to China. It shows that Bukkaraya had a well administrative system and also he had a foreign relationship with good relationship with China. Got it? We can say like that. Bukka's son Kampana, who is the next? Bukka's son Kampana defeated the Sultan of Madurai and enlarged his kingdom. Bukka's son Kampana, he defeated the Sultan of Madurai and enlarged his kingdom. This victory is marked in Madura Vijayam written by Ganga Devi. Madura Vijayam. What is that? Madura Vijayam, literary work written by Ganga Devi. See, Madura Vijayam, the literary work Madura Vijayam explains the achievement of Bukkaraya. The achievement of Bukkaraya and his son Kampana, how he defeated the Sultan of Madurai and enlarged his kingdom. Kampana's achievement is described in the literary work Madura Vijayam, which is written by Ganga Devi. Got it? So these are the achievements of Kampana, who is the son of Bukka. My dear students, next, that is Harihara II. See how Harihara tried to uphold the dignity of Vijayanagara Empire. Let us see. Harihara II is also one of the greatest kings during the time. During the time of 14th century, Harihara II, when during the age of 17 years, at the age of 17 years, he ruled. And during the 27 years of rule, Harihara II, the son of Bukkaraya, the Vijayanagara Empire comprised of vast areas. Vijayanagara Empire comprised of vast areas. He took into his control. Kondavidu, Karnool and Nellore forts. Harihara II, at the time of death of Bahmani Sultan, Mujahid, when Bahmani Sultan Mujahid died, at that time Harihara II expanded his kingdom from Goa to north of the Konkana coast. At the time of the death of Sultan Mujahid of Bahmani, Harihara II, he extended his kingdom from Goa to north of Konkana coast. Harihara II occupied fort of Pangala, lying to the north of Krishna river in the year 1398 CE. In the year of 1398 CE, he conquered or occupied Pangala, lying to the north of Krishna river in the time of 1398 CE. So these are the achievements of Harihara II. Now, next one is Pravadadevaraya. Pravadadevaraya is also called as Devaraya II. His ruling time was 1424 to 1446. During this time, how he ruled? The most famous king in the Sangama dynasty. Who is that? Pravadadevaraya or Devaraya II. Dear students, the most famous king in the Sangama dynasty is Pravadadevaraya or Devaraya II. Was Devaraya II had earned the title of Elephant Hunter. Yes, how he was earned the title? Very good. He was called as Elephant Hunter. Devaraya II defeated the king Gajapati Kapilendra. He defeated Gajapati Kapilendra. Gajapati Kapilendra. Devaraya II defeated Gajapati Kapilendra of Orissa and seized Kondavidu. Dear students, listen here. Kondavidu, in those times, under the control of Gajapati Kapilendra, when Pravadadevaraya came into power, Pravadadevaraya defeated Gajapati Kapilendra and conquered the place of Kondavidu and merged with Vijayanagara Empire. Then Pradhadevaraya or Devaraya II earned the title of elephant hunter. Got it? And also he seized the place Konda Vidu. The students, by suppressing the religious leaders of the border, he expanded the kingdom up to Krishna river in the northeast. He extended his kingdom up to Krishna river in the northeast. Later, he defeated the Kerala ruler and received loyalties from Kerala and Sri Lanka. Got it? Later, he defeated the Kerala kings, rulers, and received loyalty from Kerala and Sri Lanka kingdoms, rulers. This earned him the title Dakshinapatada Chakravarti. What title he earned? Yes, Dakshinapatada Chakravarti. Dakshinapatada Chakravarti. See, Pradhadevaraya was not only called as elephant hunter, but he was also called as Dakshinapatada Chakravarti. Dear student, can any one of you guess why Pradhadevaraya or Devaraya II was called as Dakshinapatada Chakravarti? Or how did he earn the title of Dakshinapatada Chakravarti? Can any one of you guess? Yes, very good. Since he defeated Kerala kings and Sri Lanka kings, and he took loyalty from kingdoms of Kerala and Sri Lanka. So for this reason, he conquered the complete southern part of India. So hence, he took complete power over southern India. So that is why. That is why for this reason he was called as Dakshinapatada Chakravarti, or he earned the title of Dakshinapatada Chakravarti. The Emperor of South. You can also say that the Emperor of South. Through these conquests, the Vijayanagara Empire extended from Sri Lanka to Gulbarga and Telangana to Malabar. In this way, my dear student, by acquiring all these east, west, and southern part of India, at the time of his ruling, Pradhadevaraya, Vijayanagara Empire extended up to Sri Lanka to Gulbarga and Telangana to Malabar. So, in this way, he conquered complete southern part of India. And Devaraya II, according to known as the king of Ceylon, Pulicat, Pegu, Tenasserim of Burma, were paying loyalties to Pradhadevaraya. Dear students, when he earned the title of Dakshinapatada Chakravarti, he got so much loyalty from Nunis, the king of Ceylon, Pulicat, Pegu, were paying loyalties to Pradhadevaraya. Devaraya II changed the traditional foe or traditional enemy Ahmad Shah of Bahmani till Bijapur and acquired Mudugal and Bankapur. Listen once again. Devaraya II, he changed the traditional enemy Ahmad Shah of Bahmani kingdom till Bijapur and conquered Mudugal and Bankapur. His commander Lakkana Dandesha. Who is his commander? Lakkana Dandesha. Yes, commander of Devaraya second or Prouda Devaraya took up a successful naval voyage. He successfully won that naval war. Who is that? His commander Lakkana Dandesha. And also, Devaraya II was tolerant towards other religions. Dear students, Devaraya II or Prouda Devaraya was not only a good administrator but also a religious tolerant. He always provided all the people from all the religions a well positions. Well position. That is why he was called as the religious tolerant. Then he constructed mosques, many mosques, and Jaina basadis and Vaishnava temples in the capital. Dear students, Devaraya II or Prouda Devaraya, he allowed to construct many mosques, Jaina basadis, Jain temples, and Vaishnava temples in his capital. He provided all the religions to construct their own temples. So that is why he is called as the religious tolerant. Being a poet, look at one more important point about Devaraya II or Prouda Devaraya. He was not only a good warrior but also a poet. Being a poet himself, he had in his court Sanskrit scholar Dindima and the Kannada scholar Lakkana Dandesha. He had many scholars in his kingdom, Sanskrit scholar Dindima and Kannada scholar Lakkana Dandesha. During his period, Veerashaiva tradition and literature saw a revival. Dear students, during his time of administration, Veerashaiva religion or tradition and literature saw a good development. After the death of Devaraya II in 1446, when was he died? In 1446. He died in 1446. After the death of Prouda Devaraya or Krishna Devaraya II, we kings came to the power and the rule of Sangam dynasty came into the end. After the death of the greatest warrior Prouda Devaraya, the weak kings and weak warriors came into the power, but they couldn't rule the kingdom properly. Hence, the entire Sangam dynasty collapsed or came into an end. So here, who is the famous king? Very good. That is nothing but Prouda Devaraya. Got it? So dear friends, now I hope that you understood very well today's class about the establishment of Vijayanagara Empire and the Sangama dynasty. Got it? I hope that you understood very well and read the textbook. Try to comprehend the complete meaning of the dynasties. Okay, and thank you so much. Read well. Got it? Dear students, before leaving the class, let's take down the questions as a homework, today's homework. See, come to the page number 46. Open the book and come to the page number 46. See here, fill the blanks with the suitable words. The first question. Vijayanagara Empire was established in the year dash. Second question. The Madula Vijayam was written by dash. Third question. Prouda Devaraya's minister was dash. Got it? Then these three questions as your homework from first main. Come to the second main. Answer the following questions after discussing in your group. Question number 1. Name the 4 dynasties who ruled Vijayanagara Empire. Second question. What were the achievements of Devaraya II? What were the achievements of Devaraya II? And the next question is, who established Vijayanagara Empire? Who established Vijayanagara Empire? Got it. Then, which is the capital city of Vijayanagara Empire? Which is the capital city of Vijayanagara Empire? And the last question is, write the achievements of Harihara II. Write the achievement of Harihara II. Okay, my dear students, once again, I hope that you understood very well, and also I hope that you write the homework very well. Okay, thank you. We will meet in the next class with the next new concept. Got it? Thank you.